wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. Of Ukraine.
Wars have been fought over oil. In a short matter of time, they will be fought over war.
$20. 2-0. ManCon.
Double
20.
digits.
Oh, it's been double digits for a while, but now
yeah.
We're out of the teens,
20,
we are adolescents for sure. We just signed a horribly exploitative college loan that we don't understand, that we're going to be paying off for the next 25 years.
I think a lot of people have been talking about college loans, but not enough talk about the credit cards, right? And you used to get a T-shirt, you sign up for a credit card,
Listen, I had a tried and true method, all right, in my 20s, okay? And you want to know what it was? Don't pay it. Don't pay it back. That's all I did. Because eventually it just drops off your credit. Now, I'm not recommending this to people. I'm just saying this is what I did, I was explaining this to somebody never pay your debts. I was explaining this to somebody the other day because I had not one, but 2 different apartment complexes that I just fucking walked out on to the tune. I think the total was like $27,000 that they wanted from me. And I was like, you're never getting that. Also, I'm a server. Good luck. All right. I take my money home every night.
Exactly.
And a short 8 years later,
to get my money.
And a short 8 years later, my credit clean as a whistle. I'm up in the 800s now. What are they going to do?
Oh, hey, look at you.
They never got that money. I actually think one of the places, the apartment complexes, like it was up in Northern Virginia. I think it dissolved. It doesn't even exist anymore. It's like a whole new apartment complex.
Well, it's because of you.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I think I did that to him. And if I did, good for me.
Yeah. The hero.
I did my part,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, so welcome to ManCon 20, manufacturing content
ManCon
number
20.
2020. The financial advice where we tell you to take out lots and lots of credit cards and then never pay it back.
That's right. Yeah. But only if you're young. All right. Don't do that shit in your 30s. You're going to have a really bad time.
Nah,
who knows? You're not going to buy a house anyway. So what are you doing with that credit?
Exactly.
I am Lucid Fox on all the socials as Lucid Fox, Twitch, Twitter, all the places. So,
oh my God, that's a scary place. Yeah. So
any place you can look for me.
Marcus Left Link Vets on YouTube, on Left Link Vets YouTube.
Yeah.
And manufacturing content. 2 places now.
That's right. That's right. With every passing week, one day we're going to convince you to get on one of those streaming websites too.
I'll think about it. Better every week. Better every week. Now,
the top of the order, the most important thing, obviously, this week was they're finally going to do it. Checking in with everybody. Lib Christmas was Thursday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Def Tiedrick, Brooklyn Dad, they all assure me this guy's going away forever.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. I'm telling you, there's a lot of aisle cleanups in Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Right? As they are announcing it, there's a lot of people who couldn't control themselves.
Losing it. Yeah.
It's a lot of happiness.
Breaking down, crying at the dog park. Yeah.
Yes. Because democracy has been saved.
Yes, this is it.
No one is above the law. Okay? No one.
Cannot believe it finally happened. 34 counts, Here's my thing. All right. I'm going to jump straight into criticism because, this is a bit. But 34 counts. And I know there's, a lot of people that keep quoting that number. But it's just I don't know, man. It's just so, there's nothing about it that's it's just all litigious bullshit, It's this guy defrauded, X or Y, financial nonsense. All right, shit that, if we're being honest with each other, does not carry a very weighty. Maybe fines for sure, but this guy is not going Supermax over over lying about, paying a porn star. It's not even about him having sex with a porn star. It's just about him lying, the cover up.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, the way that they, or at least the motive, right? Yeah, this is where the motive as to why they made the payments, right? Yes. And also lying about those payments, right? Yeah, that's where these that's where you get the connection of the lying on your, tax forms, right? For the state of New York, but then in the service of covering up, bad information for a candidate that's running for president. And boom, here we go. 34. And that's where, there's none of this really matters. And this, it's the Trump and his crew of flunkies are some of the worst criminals, And Trump is also too much of an egomaniac to also be a good criminal because he can't keep the bubble.
He doesn't care. He is like any other rich person. He doesn't care. They're not. You or I would be concerned with covering up crimes because it's like, well, if somebody finds out, that's it. The rich people are just like, I don't know, whatever. I did it. What's the worst they're going to do to me? What could they possibly? I'm not a criminal. They don't see themselves inherently as a criminal element. They're just like, what are they going to do to me? I'm rich. I'm powerful. I don't understand.
That's not for me.
Yeah, those consequences are not for me.
Yeah. And this is one of the more disgusting things. Yeah. I think from this whole, the what is it? The hush money case is the election fraud hush money scheme trial. Yeah. Conviction, whatever the fuck. You've got, a lot of, Democrats, he's convicted felon, blah, 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 whatever, it doesn't necessarily change. Well, we'll see, right? We'll see how many, of these, dipshit, up the ass of the law Republicans that might be like, well, now that a jury of his peers have come to the conclusion, I just can't see myself voting for this man. All 13 of those people out there, we'll see what the effect is.
Well, this is what I said today, right? You got three groups of people, right? You got the diehards, the people that are fucking bathed in the blood of the Trump administration and want to follow him to Valhalla, right? Then you've got the neutral kind of party Republicans that just go wherever the party goes, and they're not Trump fans, but they cannot see themselves voting for Biden. And then finally, you have the people that are like, I wish I had another choice. I want to vote for Nikki Haley. He's too mean for me. Disregarding everything that Republican presidents have been for the past 50 years, right? But all three of these groups are still going to vote for Trump, okay? Maybe the last group, some of them are going to stay home, right? Some of them are going to be like, I'm not going to go out and vote. Fuck that. Fuck this guy. But they're not going to vote for Joe Biden. That's just a thing that is not, their principles won't allow them to. He's a monster. He's a communist. They're absolutely not going to.
That's the issue where, they're trying to play for Nikki Haley voters. Yeah. But all of the people where I'm not sure, I'm saying because, I'm not sure where my boy Asa Hutchinson is at on his my guy on his who's he going to be supporting. Yeah. But essentially all of the Republicans that said, oh my God, if we choose Trump, it's going to be the end of the party. Yeah. Just like Lindsey Graham in 2015. Fall in line, man. They fall in line. Yes. Even Nikki Haley. And to avoid the whole thing, right? Nikki Haley just ran off to Israel,
That's the craziest play for VP I've ever seen, man. Yeah. This lady went 6,000 miles to try to get a VP spot.
Let me just get out of here and warmonger and peace.
Yeah. Listen,
absolutely insane.
I'm doing my real life's work now. Okay, signing bombs that are gonna fucking mutilate children.
Yeah, just absolute evil. But you got all these Republicans that that instantly, which, I gotta say, right? As I don't want to play the DEI card here, all right?
Yeah.
But there's just certain things that I have some advice, okay? I've got some advice for Donald Trump, all right? Just comply.
Yeah.
All right? Just don't, first of all, don't break the law.
Yeah,
right?
Just don't, come on.
From what I've seen, you've got a history of thuggish behavior.
Yeah.
Right? Of scamming people, not being very trustworthy. Yeah.
If I can say, when I saw him in the courtroom there, pants hanging a little low.
Honestly. And he had his gang around him.
Yeah.
His violent mob of flunkies. Trying to intimidate people. You know what I'm saying? It's where it's like, even with the classified documents, just comply. Just follow the law. Just comply with the,
Yeah.
But then you got Tim Scott out here.
Yeah.
Right? And Tim Scott, right? Saying, listen, America.
Yeah.
Listen. And he's like, they do these things, right? Because he says, as a black man, I know what it is to be targeted by the law, right? In one sentence, right? But if they can get Donald Trump, they can go after you. Yeah, mother. That's what we've been saying. That's what you just said, kind of.
Yeah. Not just that. Did you see the one Fox News bit? I want to say it was Maria Bartiromo that's just like, and you got to think, how does the Hispanic community feel about this, Because they're going after Trump and they've been feeling victimized recently. It's like, he literally said they were all rapists, man. Sorry, Donald Trump, great friend of the fucking Hispanic community. What did I miss?
Do you see what it's like?
Yeah.
When they just randomly come after you, you dirty rapist and drug dealers. You see what it's
man.
So crazy, man. And that's where, and I really don't know any smart, way to really make sense of it other than, we were just like, you're witnessing the, mask off moment for the broader, electorate in a way.
Yeah.
Where
this is who they were always going to be. And I think there's a lot of Democrats that didn't want to believe this. And the reason that I was talking about the three different factions is because at the end of the day, that first faction, the Trumpers, right? The hardcore.
MAGA.
This is just his fucking donation site broke.
Oh my God. Yeah.
When the verdict was delivered, these people are in forever. Okay.
As
long as it takes. So the only thing that comes, I said this weeks and months ago, the only thing that comes out of this is he makes more money than ever. Okay. And you can talk about his reporting or whatever. I don't care. The fact of the matter is he is getting a fucking steady stream of donations in right now. And if we look at the polling, man, I'm sorry. And maybe that changes, but I can't see how it will, because again, the last poll, the last one that was taken, 10,000 people polled, right? Just mere hours after this verdict was delivered, okay? And in that last poll, still 44% Trump, 43% Biden. This is it, all right? This is your January 6th. It just happened. The more they take time to think about it, the more they think, that's actually not that big of a deal. Okay? This was your striking moment where you could have seen how many people were actually disgusted with Trump in this moment that he's now a convicted felon.
Yeah. I'll say the only other thing that the Democrats still have, at least from this scenario, is the sentencing, which I think July 11th, I think, is set for, which, you know, I'd say campaign strategically having a sentencing after July 4th, you know, and this is where it's like, they need to keep hitting the messaging, and then you could maybe juice that. But everything that I just said would have to apply to a political party with some competency, and the Democratic Party has zero. They've
avoided this trial for the most part. They didn't want to get involved because I think they realized, like, correctly, that this was not going to be a point that they could actually hit him on and gain votes out of. They haven't been using it in advertising messaging. They haven't been saying, do you want this guy, a convicted felon or soon to be convicted felon? You know,
I mean, that's where, though, it's like, this is where, though, it's like you can use it where they don't think. Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, the idea that you can't score points on this, I think is it's just incorrect, because, like, it's just, what do you do? Mm-hmm. And this is where, like, just to make, like, get the transcripts. You know what I'm saying? You get the transcripts from the court. You find the worst things. You find the people who are quoting Donald Trump, right?
Oh, you're talking about some real mudslinging right now, bud.
Yes. Okay. You find the people who said, and what did Donald Trump say? Donald Trump said X, Y, and Z, most terrible thing you'd ever hear, right?
Yeah.
And then you type that into the AI machine, okay? Democrats.
Yeah.
Then you type it into the AI voice machine.
Dirty, okay.
So it's Trump, and then you release
Biden's
the audio.
Biden's going to heal the soul of this nation. He can't act like that.
Like that shit. Every time people open Facebook, Twitter, whatever the hell, you put in front of them with your ad, with your ad money. You just this is what the PACs are for.
Yeah.
This is politics, man. Do you not want to win? Of course not.
No,
of course not. Because decorum.
Yeah. Well, not just decorum, but again, I think, like we said multiple times, these people are still going to get paid. You know, they're not going anywhere. Most of these fucking elite are going to stick around, especially in, like, the more machine states. Like, nothing's happening to, like, New York Dems or anything like that. They're entrenched. They're making a ton of money. They can be corrupt as they want to be. You know, like, a lot of these, like, folks in Washington, things don't change for them, you know? Like,
I think, though, that's where, like, they honestly, they need to start reading their own messaging. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when it comes to, like, this whole, like, democracy is on the line. Like, if that's true, act like it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I hear from so many people that are vote blue no matter who, whatever their, whatever that typical type of persuasion is online and everything. But if that's true, man, why don't any of your representatives believe that? Why am I only hearing that from you and not from the people that are out there, like, day in and day out in Congress dealing with these fucking freaks? Like, so many of them are just like, well, I don't know, what are you gonna do?
And also, I mean, and that's where, like, might be a good point to move on, of, like, the fact that the administration is doing everything that they can to just piss everyone off on almost every possible thing, because this immigration, executive order, saying max out, I think, 2,500 asylum seekers per day.
Yeah.
If you don't go to an entry point, you are never allowed to seek asylum.
Yes.
No one's above the law. Okay.
The law doesn't apply to people that don't fucking live here, man.
Yeah, but international law apparently does not apply to the United States.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I mean, we've made that clear with Israel, but yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but, like, this is illegal.
Yeah.
And that's where it's like, if international law is a thing, which it's not in the United States, obviously, but this is Joe Biden doing something that he literally said this is racist.
Yes.
When Trump was doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Biden's going to stop these kids from being in cages. Biden's going to, clean up this immigration reform.
Yeah. Yeah. And now he's doing it. And that's where it's like he's trying to do Republican light. Oh, hey, this will satiate Nikki Haley voters, all these things.
Absolutely. That's exactly who that's for. Yeah.
But it's so crazy because he's like I just need the next question to Joe Biden to be, what year do you think it is?
Yeah.
Because this whole heal the soul of the nation, reach across the aisle, you could shove it up your ass. Yeah. It's not working. They hate your guts, and nothing you will do will ever satiate them.
They think you're a fucking communist. They don't like you. Okay.
Yeah.
They do not want a Democrat in office. Like, that's it. Like, that's the thing that really needs to be, drilled in the head of all these old guard. Like, you've been around for how long? These people don't want to vote for a Democrat, or they would have done so right now. It doesn't matter these perceived costs or anything like that, the stakes. None of that matters. Okay?
Yeah. Because then that's where it's like they're not actually really there is no. I mean, when it comes to foreign policy, Joe Biden is in 1977.
Yeah.
Like he is working on a framework of the world that's dead and gone.
Yes.
And there's just, and also the prescriptions of what do they do, right? This spending on chips, and what does this actually do? The spending on EVs, and what does this actually do, right? He's operating on a mentality and off a policy toolkit. You know what I'm saying? That's like, hey, no, I've had this wrench kit and I've fixed every Model T that's ever broke with this wrench kit. Let's go to work. And it's like, hey, man, you're a little behind the time, because this idea that you get to bully the global South, at least you get to go South and Central and South America. The idea that you just get to steamroll, right? The idea that this operating in the Middle East, because this word too is Obama got sunned in a lot of ways, but had some type of resistance to this. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that Joe Biden thought he was going to, foreign policy, man, it's you were there during Clinton.
Yeah,
you were there. And that's where it's maybe they were the Israelis are just always nice to you because you were never the one on the other end of the phone. But now you're letting literally Netanyahu just beat the brakes off it, and then going back to immigration, you just cannot help yourself but make a stupid decision.
Yeah.
Right? Just out of nowhere. Right? It's summer. Let people go on vacation. Oh, no, let's announce an executive order that's going to get challenged in the court by multiple immigration and international organizations because it is illegal. And literally, it's another shit punch to the base. And all the Republicans are just going to say, we told you could have done something. So you were lying the whole time, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Bad politics.
Good. Listen, this is great politics. What are you talking about? This guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's figured it out. Okay. Again, we talk about Trump being so close in the polling, and that's not changing. Right? That is so important to remember.
Yeah.
Because the next couple of months for Biden are just bad for Biden. Nothing gets better for him short of Trump just starting to murder his own staff. Okay. And maybe even then people will be like, good, they were fucking commies anyway. What are you going to do to reach back and get your voting base, your people that want to vote for Biden, not people that don't want to vote for Trump? And you think that you can woo, but the people that will and did vote for you.
No, he sent the cops in
2020. Yeah, you sent the cops in to break them up,
Yeah.
That's what you did. You have made multiple signals that this administration is not turning left. It is turning right. Okay, that's what you did, but those people are your voting base. As fucking whiny and bitchy as fucking leftists can be about these things, and for good reason, obviously, as whiny as they can be, they are still part of your voting base at the end of the day. Okay,
yeah,
and they came out for you in 2020 because Trump was a threat, right?
Yeah, and like honestly, like where the thing is too, where it's like the amount of young people that would have been just engaged on get out the vote, issue areas within their community and all these types of stuff. Like they would have been engaged in a pro election, right? That would have benefited Joe Biden, right? Get them there for something they care about. Yeah. And then they'll write in, then they'll, hey, while I'm here, right? Those types of things help Joe Biden. And now you've got them, especially I think like New Jersey's primaries going today. They have an uncommitted vote thing going. Now they are literally organizing against Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And that doesn't it's not like they're saying, oh, organizing against him to win, beat Trump, but they are organizing against Joe Biden to get as many people to vote uncommitted in the primaries, which, going into the DNC, it's like the amount of, who knows if the amount of delegates that are going to be accrued, because especially too, is as it goes on, less and less people are going to be really coming out for Joe Biden on these primaries. It's like, obviously he's going to be the candidate, but the more uncommitted votes they can get, the more delegates are going to be seated from that state in the DNC, which, I don't know what can happen, but something, at the very least, voices will need to be listened to in some of these cases.
You would think, yeah.
But that's where he's just, he's in the whole world. And this is where, with this whole ceasefire deal, right? I don't know if we're moving too quickly, but I don't know.
No. You're good. You're good. We got time to
the ceasefire
wander around
deal.
all the places. Yeah.
Yeah. The ceasefire deal. He's the one to announce a supposed
it's an Israeli deal, Marcus.
Yeah.
It's Marcus. It's an Israeli deal. Marcus. Marcus, I don't think you're listening to Matt Miller, okay? It is an Israeli deal. And then not everybody in the Knesset agrees with the deal, but it is from somewhere within the Israeli government somehow, possibly, okay?
Yes. Somewhere in between, we will not, then insert Israeli deal, right? Yeah. And then do this, right? That's kind of how we're, that's how that works. But no, it's just, I don't know. This can only work on people who are not paying attention, right? This type of thing. Because it's so obvious that it's just like, oh, hey, let's just take the deal that Hamas did it was like before Ramadan, this 3-phase complete, it's over. That was the deal that they had talked about prior to Ramadan.
Correct.
And now it's an Israeli deal.
Sure it is. And it's Hamas's fault if Israel doesn't accept it. Yeah.
I'm not sure which part of the Israeli government was actually has come out publicly for it.
It's a good question, because Benjamin Netanyahu said that he does not want to accept it, meaning I would see that as a U.S. deal that is being represented in the interests of Israel. Because Bibi has said they have to force me to take it if they want this deal to be brokered.
And that's that's I have yet to see say, oh yeah, no, we should do this, because I'm like the other, what was it, God's, and of course you would say he was getting, even at Naftali Bennett, who was the former prime minister, who's supposedly centrist, you know what I'm saying? He was against it. That's where they want to continue. Things are getting worse on the northern border as well. And it's just it's a continuation of that thread being pulled. It's not I don't know that it's oh, hey, this now the world is going to figure out that the United States is not a great, world police.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not a thing, but this is continue on that track. Joe Biden cannot stop himself to stop the bleeding of U.S. foreign influence. You know what I'm saying? These, and I feel like I just keep saying it over and over again, but it's like the snowball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I just, we feel like we just keep pointing at the snowball. It is getting bigger. And how big does it get? Does it, smash into the global world order as we know it? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But as of right now, just he can't just stop it. The fact that it's an election year, the fact that he's stuck in 1977, the fact that most of the State Department personnel that actually were against it are out of the door, and now they're just, they're running on State Department people who are supporting this or definitely just okay with it. Going back, the border, the rent is too damn high and they're not going to do anything about it. It's just hard to see how this doesn't just continue to create, a lot of, just a shifting polarized world, which, I think in a lot of ways is good if the United States empire is military bases, resource extraction and oppression. It would be good if there was less of that in the world, cooperative, governments towards, curtailing climate crisis and all these things. But it doesn't seem like that's happening anytime soon with the way that, Joe Biden's driving this bus and with Trump as the alternate bus driver, for the world hegemon, it's just, it's concerning, I'll use that,
extremely concerning.
Yeah. You wanted to
I know. Hey, listen, I'm adding some modifiers on there.
Yeah, it is extremely concerning.
Yeah. I know, and to that point that you're talking about, right? You said it over the past couple of weeks. There are a lot of people that are meeting with Trump right now because, of course, they have to, because that's part of the thing. And also, one could infer that they see him as a very direct, competitor that may very well win, right? And so you think about those things, and then you do think about what's happening, with regards to Benjamin Netanyahu, and neither of these guys are going to be doing anything positive here. They're both going to be at the beck and call of Benjamin Netanyahu. What's the what is the plan here for any of this? One would say if Biden wanted to do anything and broker a deal, that would probably have to happen soon. Because otherwise Trump isn't ending it. He's just going to give Benjamin Netanyahu carte blanche, right? It's going to be yeah, sure, and annex the West Bank while you're at it. I don't know. Do whatever you like.
Well, and this is where, when it comes to Trump and Biden, where the simple niceties is the different, right? It's different rhetorically, because at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not sure what is holding Israel back outside the capabilities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They seem to be willing to do whatever attack that they want to, and they don't actually care.
They're not listening to, if I'm to believe that Biden's so upset and very, very concerned with the actions of Benjamin Netanyahu, then they're not listening to Joe Biden at all. Apparently.
I think he called him an asshole.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. But no, there's it seems like if just not the amount of IDF soldiers they can field where it like and things in the north are escalating, where I honestly I don't see how this extremely just genocidal and fascist Israeli government, as its power coalition, they all believe not only in the project, but they believe that their political security is resting on continuing the genocidal campaign.
Yes.
Right. And for Netanyahu, absolutely, when it comes to his legal effort on top of his political, security, there's like all of these things are intertwined. And, I mean, oh my God, then you've got them like they invited him to Congress.
Yeah. Then you got a bipartisan effort, which Chris Hayes, bless him, man. He's like, I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. Why I understand Mike Johnson inviting him, but Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries as well. It's like, yeah, dog, that's the system. You figured it out. Every time this guy's born yesterday, whenever he realizes like this system is inherently evil and corrupt, he's like, wait a second, that's not right. And it's like, yeah, man. Yeah, it sucks, huh?
It's just so
Turns out all these people have a vested interest in just like maintaining this like brutal fucking like government that's going to continue to like murder the Palestinian people. Turns out that's just the thing, and it really doesn't matter who's in power, if we're being honest.
Well, this is
everybody is dedicated to that effort.
Yeah, like most of the like legitimately the majority of the U.S. federal legislature is absolute, or U.S. federal government itself is dedicated to the continuation of the greater Israel project. You know what I'm saying? Like not just defend themselves, give them everything they need to continue ethnic cleansing. Because it is just impossible to ignore the amount of things that these people in government have said, to include some of the, less right-wing members that would, that they're hoping, right, that could possibly take power. And yeah, at the end of the day, like this thing needs to be completely stopped.
Yeah.
Like Israel, and that's where too is like they're like I know that the international community is really trying to hold at this 1967 borders.
Yes,
and the thing is though with that, like Israel has already expanded so far. It's like, and I'm not saying give up on that. It's just that like that is going to be one of the bigger speed bumps.
That is a real discussion to have over will probably turn into years,
Yes. Right. So I don't know. It's just
I don't
know. It's
just
scary.
Dissolve the Knesset. State. Just do that. Just do that.
I mean,
I don't know.
You know what? They should start a country based on everyone having the right to vote.
Yeah.
What if they did that?
Yeah.
What if you think? What if we did that?
Now we're talking. All right. Okay. All right. Because as I'm told, voting is the most important thing. Yeah. All right. Okay. You're saying. I think this could work. Yeah.
Yeah. Let everybody do it. Everyone.
Man.
Yeah.
God. Well, I don't have a good transition, but Epoch Times is a scam, huh?
You're telling me just now.
Yeah, I know. It's I can't believe I had to find out like this either, but apparently, you're never going to believe it. Yeah.
Oh, which
wild.
Of course, but like also I'm happy. I was very happy when this story came out.
Yeah. I
remember like when I first started seeing like these Epoch Times.
Yeah.
And it's like this like sweaty white guy doing these like do you know about China, COVID? And then like, it's just like, how did this suddenly get everywhere? Right.
Yes, yeah.
And you look up like Falun Gong and it's just like, what the heck is this? And how did they get everywhere?
Yeah.
And I mean, and that's where, and like, so seeing this, and this guy's like crypto scamming, credit card scheming.
They were fucking doing the debit card scheme to buy crypto. It was like on a crypto like website or something. Yeah. Just doing everything, man.
Oh my God. And
get
it was
as
just
much money out of the scam as they can. Listen, when I was, real quick, diversion right quick. But like when I was a server, right? Do you remember, you were a bartender, do you remember when the Visa gift cards first came out?
Yeah.
We were like a little network of scammers at that point because Visa didn't think about it for the first like year or so, where it was like, oh, people, if servers wanted to, they could just charge whatever limit they want on these for tips. And people just did. And we were running like a little fucking ring, amongst the restaurants in my area. We're like, have you gotten popped yet? No? All right, keep doing it. All right. Now, don't get crazy. Don't put like $100 tip on there. Put like a $20 tip on there. The customer didn't know. And so it reminds me of something like that, where they're just like, let's do what we can do until somebody finds out,
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's get as many, fraudulent prepaid debit cards as we can.
Because, and that's where the thing is too, that like, and where like the government, even as investigating, like there's no stopping of an investigation, until a judge reigns in the court for the trial, right? Like up until that moment, they are still investigating you. They are still bringing charges on you, and they still might bring charges on you. So that's like where it's like this guy, where he probably, like they could have had their eye on him, and they're just like, he's still going, he's still doing it, he's still doing
this, huh? That's crazy. Yeah.
But like, and that's where, it's like,
they're like loss protection at Target watching you as you like cross the threshold and like 1,000. They're like, I don't know, man, you only got a couple hundred more.
Well, and this is where the thing, it's got like, it does, where it's like, it seems to, it's like where it's like using a lot of scam money to like, literally, like buying ads and shit like that for the Epoch Times, which is just like, I don't know. I kind of respect it. You know what I'm saying? On that rise and grind set, doing everything you can to invest into that money making organization, baby, all day. All right.
Taking the time today to invest in tomorrow. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, though, it's just like, it was strange how popular, quote unquote, the Epoch Times seemed because of the amount of ads, it'd be able to run. But that at least like the subscriptions and the viewership, matched it like zero. So it's like, I don't know if that was like maybe in this game, or it's just like, hey, no, we just gotta scam it and make money or whatever. But
yeah,
I don't know. It makes me feel a little bit less insane that like it was just superficially more boosted. You know what I'm saying? And like, there's not, there's a lot of crazy QAnon people, but just not that many. Is that even good enough is that good to feel better?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It is like, I knew, obviously, again, I knew Epoch Times was grifters, right? I just didn't realize they were doing like the full grift. Obviously they're trying to grift people out of their money. I just didn't realize they were also like, hey man, getting's good. Launder as much money as we can in this motherfucker.
Yeah, but that's like the thing that's like crazy though, is that like they use all of these scams. Well, that's sort of like, I'm sure they bought themselves nice things, but it's like, are these like dyed-in-the-wool cult people who like, because it seems like they reinvested a lot of it into just trying to make Epoch Times like a popular and substantial media thing.
Of course,
So
just reseeding the money to Falun Gong. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's just like, I hope you bought something nice, because like, oh my God, if you just spent this on just like reinvesting in the Epoch Times.
I mean,
like,
that's how a lot of cult operations work, though. You know what I mean? Like, you're not really. I mean, like look at a lot of Amways and shit like that, right? Like all that stuff is just getting reseeded back up to continue to perpetuate what is going on with that, may or may not be, allowed to say pyramid scheme. Like all of that stuff is just going back in.
Yeah, no,
and that's all they were doing in years. They were just taking a lot of that, and they're just like, how can we make even more so that we can, boost the profits back to the cult apparatus.
He's like, what was it, like 60 mil or something like that? Like they could have had some, you know what I'm saying? They could have had something nice.
You could have been fine. You just get out somewhere, like find yourself a nice little fucking property in Bali. Forget about all of this.
You put it back in the Epoch times.
Yeah, man. You put it back in that. Man.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Could have done anything else.
Men will literally reinvest tens of millions of dollars into their cult freaking news scam instead of going to therapy in Bali. But hey,
that's so crazy, man. Yeah, just like feel the fucking sands between your toes, instead, gonna wait for like 20 to 30, man. I don't know what to tell you. You fucked up.
What's the Fulong Gong connection in the United States Pen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Like, how much should they? You got to be a true believer to just like continue to. God, I'm out. Like, Ocean's 11, like trying to figure out a deluxe scheme to rip away that money before Falun Gong notices, so I can get the fuck out of there.
I gotta get out of here, man.
They'll be looking around like, wait, where is Brother Lucid at? Oh my God.
What?
You take our money.
He's gone. His apartment's empty.
Yeah. I am off in an unnamed, maybe the Maldives. Honestly, I hear they don't let the criminal element in these days. So
that's right. Cleaning up their act just a bit.
Yeah. I do like, real quick, I do like just completely, ADHD brain, but I do like the fucking Israeli, like the hard Zionists on like Twitter that are just like, well, guys, I guess we're just going to boycott Maldives. It's like, brother, it's like thousands of dollars a night. Like you were going to the fucking Maldives on vacation. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we won't give him our money. It's like,
I've been on that principle stance my entire life. It's about time to caught up.
You know what? Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to start taking principled stances too. Okay. I won't take the Shinkansetsu train in Japan that costs $5,000 a night, okay?
Yeah.
I don't agree with their business practices, so I'm not going to do it.
That's right. It's the same, because I'm principled, you see.
Exactly. It's a principled thing that I'm doing, okay? Me, I'm not going up on the Blue Ocean. Is that what Bezos calls it? I'm not going up on his rocket ship, okay?
Yeah.
Not because it's prohibitively expensive for more money than I'll ever make in my entire life. No, it's because I don't like him, and I think he's a bad billionaire.
I heard there's another billionaire submarine company coming up.
Oh, now we're talking.
But I'm not going on it because I'm too principled.
Yeah.
Because of the
crazy,
principle.
Man. Yeah. You really showed him, man. Don't take that trip to the fucking Maldives, whatever.
Yeah. It's like the idea, like they were just about to go. Like it's like, hey,
they were they were fucking booking the tickets, And they're like, oh no.
Like I just feels like, what do you think the Maldives is to everybody else? Kroger, what are you doing here?
It's just a quick trip over, and bam, you're just there, Yeah. God, man, amazing brain.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I got actually, silver lining, what's your
silver lining? You tell me about it.
The prices to the Maldives dropping, and maybe I get a little taste of luxury.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
Which, and like actually something that's legit. Like it's messed up, but like it's crazy how this works. And actually, you should have mentioned this before. Now I got ADHD brain too, right?
Yeah.
The corporations that are now saying, "Oh, okay, we'll lower the prices."
Yeah.
Like
we talked about that today. Yeah,
we've bitched enough about the prices.
Yeah,
Brandon's, and this is where too. It's like it's happened before.
Well, it's not even that. It's they were in earnings calls and they were like, we're not making enough money. Like, it has nothing to do with the consumers being like, hey, this is too high. They were just like, we're down 3% over the last quarter.
Yeah. People are shopping,
and because people just would not fucking people were shopping less at their establishments. Big surprise, because you've raised the prices by upwards of like 10, 15, 20%. People are like, nope, sorry.
Well, and that's where so like that's the thing is that what was it? It was for the gas prices.
Yeah.
Earlier on when Biden and that's where it's like, if you actually get on the Billy pulpit and start saying things that actually do make sense, right? Because this is where at the end of the day, there should be laws for this rent that is. It is evil and murderous and murderously evil, this rent.
Yeah.
Okay. There should be laws against the way that they are doing things. There should be laws that actually allow for the public financing of housing, right? There should be laws for these things. However, obviously these laws aren't going to get voted in anytime soon, right? But if Joe Biden starts even discussing, oh, hey, we're going to get the trade commissions and start looking into this thing. We're going to look into bad practices and focus. And this is where too is focusing on the regulations that do exist, like the ways landlords screw over people already, right? Yeah. Start going after them, or at least even start announcing hey, these rents are not, just talk about it.
Yeah.
Let these landlords cry.
Rent is too damn high. Yeah.
Yeah. Let these damn landlords cry. But at the end of the day, you can say something and it will influence the market. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, no one can sustain being the bad guy. Right. I'm happy that people are talking bad about the Maldives. I'm sure I'll be able to save up a little chunk of change and take a nice discount
right down.
Hey,
ManCon live from the Maldives.
Maybe we'll do some type of ManCon giveaway for a free ticket because it's going to be so cheap.
It'll be so easy. Yeah.
They'll probably have a buy one get one deal here pretty soon. Right?
Maybe you'll throw in a Malta trip for free. Who knows?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? It's going to be so cheap.
Yeah.
But what about you? What do you got coming up?
Silver lining? I don't know, man. I had a turkey leg the other day for the first time in a decade. It's pretty cool. Like a smoked turkey leg, not a regular one like you'd have at Thanksgiving every year. I eat that all the time.
No.
Like the smoked turkey leg from the Ren Fest.
Yes.
It's been a while, and I got to say, amazing.
Yeah.
It came out of a kitchen. It was prepared by 5 dudes from Uzbekistan. All of them just sitting around speaking Arabic to each other. Delightful. What do
they do with the rest of the turkey in these things?
You just get straight turkey legs. Basically what happens is distributors they sell just smoked turkey legs as well. But distributors will fabricate the turkey and sell different parts and everything. Yeah. It's where you get in the supermarket and you'll see everything kind of already broken down.
Yeah, some goes to the pot pie. Some goes to the red fairs.
Turkey broths. You got all different sorts of reasons.
I want to know the logistical flow of a turkey.
Yeah,
and how the turkey leg. I want to know where the rest of the
there are some companies that make the smoked turkey legs that solely buy up. They have bids on turkey legs themselves, and they solely buy those up, and then they process them in smokers, industrial smokers, and then sell them off. But
we get into the turkey market.
Yeah. We learned a lot of this shit in college, and they just explain to you the regular process of different meats and everything. It's crazy.
We're going to meat college?
I went to culinary arts college, and they just meat cutting was my thing though. That was my best class. I'm crazy. But our exam was you had to fabricate a chicken in under 10 minutes, right? Under 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I had mine done in 3. Just
You're talking about when you say fabricate,
you got to break. So you take a whole chicken and you got to break it down. You got to take the wings, clip them, turn them into what's called cocktail wings, which is where you take the leg,
drummy,
make it look nice and everything. Yeah, take the drummy, trim around and everything. Trim up the flats as well.
Yeah.
You gotta take the your grade comes from speed and efficiency, because you got to make sure that you're properly like fabricating the breasts and everything. Leave as little meat on the bone as possible, et cetera, et cetera. That was just the whole thing, like that was a whole exam. It was great.
College. Okay.
Yeah, pretty chill.
This is where,
just
you know what I'm saying?
things.
ManCon.
Yeah.
Financial advice.
Yeah.
Meet college.
Meet college.
What else do you need? Am I right?
I also had a pound of butter for extra credit once. That was crazy. Yeah. It was great. It was like a whole thing in college, He dared, the instructor dared me. It was like, if anybody will eat a pound of butter, I'll give you guys a free A. Well, you don't got to tell me twice. Taking that from a B- to an A-. Let's go.
Oh yeah. This is why American education can't be beat.
That's right, baby.
That's the world.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Yeah.
We
also had like a whole Fear Factor thing because of like Joe Rogan at the time. He was still doing Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
Do you eat bugs and stuff?
No. We ate just like the most ridiculous like culinary things you can think of, like baked blood, and 1,000-year-old eggs and stuff like that. Just by themselves. Those are fine. Like now, just fine. I'll eat a 1,000-year-old egg. It's fine. But when I was a kid, I was just like, oh my God, that's crazy. It's not actually 1,000 years old. They just like, a lot of things that are involved to like ferment it and everything. And it's fine. It's whatever. Anyways, yeah. It was a crazy time, man. It was not a regular college experience. It was great.
Oh, well. All right. The adventures of Meat College.
That's what you missed out on, all right? Yeah. Over in,
too bad. Hey, never too young. I might have to go.
That's true. Hey, listen, maybe you go to culinary arts college.
Yeah,
there's still time.
My local meat college to check out.
Yeah.
1,000-year-old eggs to eat.
They put on the Sweeney Todd as an instructive video. The last part's not real, but it'd be cool for us. Pay attention to Helen Bonham Carter there, all right? Where she chops up that person, you're gonna need to do that.
Well, I know who not to piss off, but call in a pinch.
Yeah.
Someone who went to meat college.
That's right. It's important.
Well, hey.
Next week. More things.
Next week. Yes. Last thing I am looking forward to, also this Saturday.
Yes, that's
June
right.
8th in DC, there's going to be trying to be a major protest around the U.S. foreign policy, especially in support of the genocidal regime in Israel.
Yeah.
So, if you can make it to DC or just kind of keep that on your radar.
Yeah.
And I'll be there.
Get out there.
It's going to be dope.
Yeah. I've got prior engagements, but, I'll be there with you in spirit. My meat spirit. Good. Next week we'll do it again.
All right.
Likes, subscribes, all the things, engaging. Find us here every week on the podcast apps and the YouTube.
Peace.